We collectively, CrossFitters, affiliates, trainers, CrossFitters are the leading force in the world today in the war on chronic disease. 70% of the people that die from chronic disease around the world. Medicine has no solution. You do.
The shortage is in professional trainers, not clients.
Challenging, successfully fighting chronic disease, it is you and you alone. We sit collectively in unique possession of an elegant solution to the world's most vexing problem. And I'm going to tell you that the American Beverage Association is the enemy. That's the other side of the whole effort. Excellence is obvious to everyone. It's just that easy.
Announcement is brought to you in part by the CrossFit affiliates.
The Open is upon us. I'm stoked. I don't know what it is this year. It just feels a little bit different. I'd said that a while back, and I don't think I've been this stoked to find out what the workout's going to be, or to watch the guys go in about an hour or so from now, than I have in a while. I remember the first year I was really into the Open was 2013, and it was the Dan Bailey versus Scott Panchik. It would be the burpee snatch workout, and I hadn't watched an Open announcement. I had to work that day. This is when I worked at the restaurant. I was in the bar, and I had it like propped up on my phone. And every time I would go to like ring somebody up for something, I would take this really long time and try to like watch it while it was live on YouTube. And I ended up getting caught by the other bartender, and like caught's maybe a strong word, but they just like came over and looked. It's like, what's taking so long? And luckily it was a Thursday, so it was like a little bit chiller. This is when it was at 5 p.m. too, because that's when the Open, the main site used to release the workout of the day, was at 5 p.m. And I was like looking over, and they came over and they peeked over my shoulder like, "You're this excited to watch somebody work out right now?" That's happened a couple times, like where people are just like surprised that I'm that into other people working out. And so that was kind of my first Open announcement, watching it. And I remember getting excited about it, and I was excited. And I'm excited now, just the same way I feel. So Sevon's going to be joining me in about 1 second here, once he's ready to pop on stage. And we're just going to be hyping it up a little bit. I got some cues across the bottom. Hello, sir.
Oh, I love your Souza show.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
How did you decide on Souza's and not Souza?
I think it was like a typo in one of them, or somebody was like Souza's show in the text thread asking me a question. I liked the way that it like sounded a little bit better, so I kept it.
How long has it been there?
That little icon in the top?
Yeah.
Since I restarted, when we got this channel, well, restarted more consistently when I got this channel back up, when we got the channel up a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, I noticed it back then.
Yeah. Thank you. You like my bottom, my
Dude,
categories
I
too?
love those. Whenever I see your media assets, I'm like,
whipped them up in seconds. Same with our thumbnail here. Yeah, I was just talking about, I was reminiscing, because I was saying, I don't know, maybe if it feels the same way for you. Like for some reason, I'm like stoked this year about the Open. Like I'm like excited for it, like I always am. But for some reason this year, I just feel like more excited than I had been in the past.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
I just bumped something and lost everything. Hey, you want to do what? Let me ask you this: am I hijacking the show?
No, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What eras would you say the CrossFit has had?
Like, what do you mean? Like, if I had to categorize, like each year, or like just in general, like big blocks?
I'm not gonna hold you to it, but yeah, just like big blocks. Like if there's, because today, like I was talking to Tucker about it, and I was like, you could split the games into like 2 eras. Or 3 eras now. There was the OG, then there was the professionalization. Now it's kind of going back. These guys are acting more like OGs again, putting themselves out there, realizing that like, hey, people may see the games, but you still got to get them in through the door of the affiliate, or else this thing dies. Like everything that the top collects has to feed back to the bottom, or else it's not going to work.
Yeah, agreed.
So in that games perspective, you could put 3 categories, but there's maybe, you know what I mean? There's eras. Is that a word? Eras?
Eras, yeah, I like it. I think it fits for this. And so I would say like the very first era, if you were gonna say it, was kind of like this. And I don't even know, this is probably more of an explanation than you're looking for in terms of like a phrase, but it was like here's a phrase, maybe like a speakeasy. Like you had to kind of like, if you were going to go to a CrossFit affiliate, you had to know somebody who kind of knew where it was. Like often they had websites, right? Because
Craig
as a
Howard's
basketball player-
gym, a tin shed.
yes.
Better have your tetanus shot 20 years ago. Not
Dude,
trying to
so
attract any attention.
CrossFit San Francisco, it was a
Yes.
parking lot with a storage, like a storage place,
Yes.
right?
Okay,
So
the speakeasy era.
I think it's the speakeasy era. And then you had I almost want to put a funny phrase to this, like the high socks era. So it started to move from like speakeasy to high socks. And the reason why I'm going to say high socks is like that's when it started. You get all the first, like we got the early adopters, and that's when there was like more of like this cultural aspect starting to transform. And before the nanos, you could identify CrossFitters by like the tall socks, right?
Surf shorts.
The tall socks, surf shorts for the workout apparel. Converse was like the popular shoe, or like the Vibram 5-finger toes if you had the money, you know what I mean?
Hey, the internet.
Yeah,
That came after the speakeasy, the internet era.
I would say
You
so
know what I mean?
because
Like it's so crazy to think the
That-
internet's what catapults CrossFit.
Yeah, I think that that era. Did I lose you or are you losing me?
I'm here.
The
I'm
internet's
here.
kind of choppy.
I'm here.
Okay. Maybe
Full blast.
it's just mine. But yeah, because that's like when I really started to dig in was like the main site stuff. And that would have been like 2009 because that was my like Facebook. I was always anti-social media. Like I was like, oh, I'm not doing the Facebook thing. Like I did the MySpace a little bit in high school. But for me, it was all about CrossFit.com. Like religiously, I was on that website at 5 p.m. every single night. What's new in the CrossFit Journal? What's the workout of the day going to be? Personally, I loved the WOD demos because they were so different. It was like going into each and every gym, and like you just basically saw a coach, the regular people that worked out there. They always had like the fire breather. Remember, it was the fire breather like inside the affiliate. So you had that fire breather who is doing the workout, and then you had all the other members. I loved watching that. So yeah, I would say speakeasy to like internet, because that's why I found it before I went into a gym. And the first time I walked into a CrossFit affiliate would have been.
Did you work out before you went to an affiliate? Did you? Well, I know your origin story, but you did it like at a bachelor party or with some your friend's garage, or what happened?
Yeah, so the house that I lived at, I called it the House of Degenerates. The guy that was at the military, was in the military. He's in the Air Force. He's the one that brought all the workouts to us, and we just followed Kenny's workouts. Like we didn't really know there was CrossFit or anything. We just knew he made us do this crazy stuff, and like sometimes we get up in the morning, from partying all night, and he'd be like, "All right,
you know you own a gym now, Souza?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, one of our roommates too, as we carried on, ended up losing like 30 or 40 pounds. Just by doing CrossFit with us. It started out on Saturdays, and then we kind of did it like every other day. And two funny stories from that. The first one was I had no idea what a clean was. So I kept thinking like clean, like it's got to be curl. So I looked up squat curl instead of clean, and it was literally somebody in the bottom of a squat with their leg up against their elbow, like doing like a preacher curl style. And so like I made the whole group do 30 of those for time, and was like, this can't be right. It took like a minute.
Oh, look at this. Yes, is this it? Squat curl?
Oh boy, did you find it? That's gonna be amazing. Yes, that's it, dude.
That's amazing. Souza's first class, he taught these. Dude, you should bring those back every Jan 1 for your class.
Squat girls. That literally was it. And like we had every box jump we did had to be like 32 inches because we had this big like wire spool, like the thing that, they would wind up big wires to like transport it on, and we just tipped it on its side. So like Friday night, that was where all the smokers hung out because there's ashtrays and stuff around it.
Yeah.
Clean it off Saturday morning, and we're doing box jumps on it. Like that's like how. But the other funny story.
Before you go into your second story, I want to give a sneak preview. We do have a correspondent at Moffett Field at the venue. We will be sending him a link, or she a link, shortly. Will be very special guest.
Nice.
Very special.
I'm excited.
But go on. Okay, so the second great story.
So the second great story was he introduced a lot of the girl workouts to us, because a lot of it was like running and pull-ups, or like Cindy or like Nicole, like those type of workouts. And so when he would do those, I thought that it was I thought that it was named after girls. Like every workout was named after girls. And so when he got deployed and like, went on and we had to like come up with all of our own workouts, we were recycling a lot of the stuff that we did in the past. We named them after like ex-girlfirends or girls from our past, just to like keep the theme going. Cause we had no idea, like Fran was a Fran and these were benchmarks. Then I found CrossFit.com from him because I was like, oh, Kenny, you're getting deployed. Like, how are we going to keep coming up with the workouts? And he was like, dude, CrossFit.com, look up the girl benchmarks, like look up CrossFit.com. And like, that was it. It was just like, from that point forward, I got onto the site. And
do you remember what kind of computer you looked up the first workouts on?
Yeah, would have been no computer. It was just my phone.
Did you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would have been like late 2010, like early 2011. And then I didn't go to my first gym till like 2012.
Steve, shut it. Just shut it, Steve.
You don't know nothing, Steve.
Yeah. Normally I read the comments, not this one. Hey, that collision of the internet and CrossFit is crazy.
Yeah.
And by the way, the WOD
technology.
Yeah. By the way, the WOD demos never match the workouts. Like never. People would, and we would bring that up to Greg. He's like, no, I don't care.
I never cared. I just wanted to see people do it.
And it was, and my OCD was like, no, they have to match. Nope, we never, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Nope.
The buddy of mine that him and I coached together for a long period of time, the one that recently had just passed away, he was in one of them.
Oh, one of the WOD demos? Which one?
And when it came out here in Livermore, I know the workout, I think it was in May of 2011. And the workout was 5 rounds of 50 double unders and 25 push jerks or push press at 75 pounds for the guys, 55 for the ladies.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I tried to find I found the workout in the WOD demo, and it was MM CrossFit, which is the CrossFit gym that I purchased. MM CrossFit turned across to Livermore. And I can't get the videos to play, but it still plays on my phone sometimes.
It's like an MP format there's no computer will play anymore.
I wish I would have screen recorded it, because it just would have been cool to have that video of him, because he was good. Eric was 35th one year going into regionals right before it started switching to the super region and stuff like that. So I remember I thought I was good. And then I came and I started working out with him, and I was like, oh, no, that's what good is like. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it was just this whole other level. Like, I was the big fish in a small pond at the gym I used to go to, and started working out with him, and it was just like completely done. But yeah, so go ahead.
I went to this affiliate one time. I was probably, 35 years old. And my CrossFit was pretty good at the time. And, I would do 2-a-days. I was a 2-a-day guy. And I was pretty fucking crazy. And I went to this gym, and I forget what the workout was, but there were like it was like air squats, running, and maybe like a clean. There was a clean, and you ran around the gym. I think it was at CrossFit Benicia or CrossFit 707. I can't remember. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to like kill these fucking people in here. You know what I mean? I'd been working at CrossFit for over a year. All I was doing was working out and making videos. And this dude, I never had a good Fran time. I think my fastest Fran time was, I never even broke 7 minutes. I don't think I ever broke 7 minutes.
Opportunity.
But I had some other good tricks. You know what I mean? Like the 275 deadlift for 5-10 burpees. Like I could destroy that. Like at that games, I could beat like half the people who were at the game. I had some like good, if there were muscle ups, is it Nate? My Nate was insane. Is that the kettlebell muscle up one?
Handstand push up. Yep.
Yeah. My handstand push. I had some good ones. But this dude fucking beat me by like a minute, whatever the workout was. And I was 100% certain he cheated. And it was driving me fucking crazy. And I can't remember if I asked my wife or someone. They're like, dude, he destroyed. And the guy was fucking 6 inches taller than me and 50 pounds heavier than me.
Yeah.
And someone's like, he destroyed you on the fucking air squats.
That's funny.
I'm just like, what the fuck? I think maybe he even lapped me.
Faster.
Yeah. There's no way. Yeah.
It's crazy too. Like even I remember this is another funny story, but then I want to get back to the air.
Yeah, this is it.
That's a cool idea.
There it is. I thought I was fit until I walked into a gym and got my ass pounded. Yeah.
And so the first workout of 2013, I was telling the story about when I was watching the open announcement at the bar, because I was working at the bar at the time, and so like I had it back.
What year was that?
2013. Yeah, that was the first year. I was like, because at that point I was like fully invested. Like I didn't even know there was a games or competition when I started. The first regional I went to was 2012. It was in the dirt back in some spot in San Jose. I actually walked through Kalipa in Neil Maddox's like all tent and all their setup with their GHDs out there, like on my way to the venue. You know, it was a type of place where still at that time you went up to the, you know, the little barrier and you watched them work out on the field on like the green spray painted plywood that was out there.
Yes.
And they would all get after it. And like right after it was done, they would just leave the field of play and they'd be like leaned up against the barrier next to you, you know, right after they finished working out. And so I would just kind of reminiscing off that. But yeah, so 2013 was the first year that I was going to be doing the Open. I was all signed up. I was pumped. And the hilarious part about it, so they announced the workout and it was like the 75 snatches, well, 40 burpees, 75 snatches at 30 pounds, or at 30 snatches at 75 pounds. 30 burpees, 30 snatches at 135, 20 burpees, 30 snatches at 165, 20 burpees, or however it went, then as many snatches in remaining time at 210. I had never snatched more than like 95 pounds. And I feel like such an idiot even saying it now. I gathered all the weight for the 210.
Oh,
it like had it set up. It was like you never know if I make it. I'm good at burpees. Needless to say, I think that year I ended up with like 6 snatches at 135, which was still
pretty good.
Like that's still impressive because I PR'd at 135 that day and then went on to do it 6 more times.
What is your PR snatch?
My best ever is 230.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't gotten close to that in a little bit because I'd have to train for it, but I could usually hit like, 200 to 205 ish.
When by the way, Travis sent me this shirt and I was a little embarrassed the first time he sent it to me. I was like, oh, I'll probably never wear that. And then he sent me a color one and I started wearing them. And I thought it was apropos today to remember all the, these are the boys. These are the boys. These are the boys.
Yeah.
By the way, so what will happen is Souza and I will be on the show now. And then we will come off at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then when the Open's open, which will probably be approximately 12:30 p.m., we will go live again from headquarters at Sentinel. Taylor and Bryson will walk you guys through their warm-up. And myself, hopefully JR, hopefully Sean Mack will be on here. And then they'll do the workout. And we'll get to see how Taylor fits. Souza's sneaky fit. I don't know if he's sneaky fit. You just don't ever see him with his shirt off. He's built like a Chippendale dancer. He looks like a Chippendale dancer. He got a little tiny waist and big lats and broad shoulders. He's just blessed with that that Brazilian physique. There was one other comment in here I wanted to bring up, Matt Burns. No more slinging 8 balls behind the bar. You guys, small business has to start somewhere.
Hey, dude, come on. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is Sean Mack? We don't even know, but we're going to find out over the next year.
We will find out.
We have no idea.
Time will tell. That is for sure. But yeah, so I think then the eras. So let's go. So
go back. We have the Globo Gym. Oh, we have the Speakeasy, and then we have the High Sock Surf Shorts.
Well, I like the internet, then the High Sock Surf Shorts, because we had internet, like where that was like the distribution of the message. Then we had people that were going into the gyms more. So we have the high socks and the shoes.
The cultural clothing was, now people could see it because of the internet.
Yes.
We got our costume.
That's right. And it was pretty much dang near a costume. Like when you go back and look at those early days, like I remember seeing people in the Do-Wins, the weightlifting shoes with the wooden heel on it. It was like the only ones that were really available around that time. They called the Do-Wins. So it's like if you had the dang near knee-high socks pulled all the way up, you had the board shorts, you had the Do-Wins on. You were like, it was like, oh, that dude's serious. Like that person's serious.
So that's interesting. It kind of goes from revolution to technology to culture.
Yes. And then I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This might be controversial, but then I'm gonna call it corporate.
Corporate, okay.
Because that's when we had the introduction of Reebok, and then you actually had like the CrossFit shoes, the Reebok ones, like the original, and it had CrossFit on it. Like when you wore those, and I wore those all the time. I had the black and gray ones, and it was like, oh, I'm wearing these babies everywhere.
We went from hippies who actually had dreadlocks and holes in their clothes to where you could buy pants with patches already in them, and you were putting dirt and egg whites in your hair to make your dreads. We went from a little
Yeah.
bit of authenticity to like, hey, you could wear the costume. Corporate.
Sold out. Yeah, you could buy it online now. And then it was kind of like, yeah, don't worry, we're not going to
Smoking
skip
from
the
an
progression.
apple to a beautifully glass blown chillum. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and you kept it clean, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And then I would say, then at that point, it was like you could go in between either the compression era, where like everybody had compression on, or like the rock tape era. You remember when everybody would have the kinetic tape like all over themselves? Like that was like like Reebok was already introduced because that would have been 2012. And then by 2013, it was fully like, Reebok endorsed. That was like the second year of the contract. And then that's when you started to see like the compression gear and like the kinesiology tape, or like the kinetic tape and like all that crap starting to come out.
Do you think who do you think is the most recognizable athlete to affiliate members? You know how like people will say my affiliate has no idea about the games.
Mm.
Do you think that there's an athlete that everyone knew, even though if maybe they didn't know about the games, like Josh Everett maybe for a time, or Greg Amundsen, or was it Rich Froning, or is it who was there an athlete you think that ever?
I mean, now it for sure is Rich Froning, because like even people that didn't do CrossFit,
he's connected all the eras pretty much since.
Yes, he's spanned across all of them.
Yeah.
And he's branched out to other things. Like even now we see him in like the hunting stuff and different things like that. But he was on Men's Health or Men's Fitness magazine back in the day too. So like, yeah, you really saw him.
I wonder if he was the first CrossFitter to do that. Probably.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah. And then back in the day, like it would have just been the people, like you were talking like go back to internet era before corporate era. Like we're talking
Annie,
that was message board time. So that would have been like, yeah, Spieler,
Sakamoto.
Oh,
Spieler, yeah.
Like you would have seen those guys on
OPT.
Yes. Yeah. That would have been that first kind of group.
For me, Annie and Nicole and Eva were for sure that first group. That's who I saw on the internet. You know what I mean? Like I saw them on the .com workouts. I was like, who the fuck are these girls?
Yeah. And that was like the Nasty Girls as well. Like that was a real popular video, still is like to this day. But then for me, the next female was never actually a singular person. You could start to make the argument Annie Thorsdottir for sure.
Yeah.
But for me, it was more so the Valley Girls. So it was the combination of like Becca Voigt, Katie Hogan, Kristen Clever,
Lindsay Valenzuela. I could
Lindsay
throw her in there.
Valenzuela. Yep. You could even throw like who was it? Like Volveral. What was her name again?
Yeah.
I think Valerie, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you could even throw her in the mix of that. But yeah, especially like Becca Voigt, Katie Hogan, Kristen Clever, Lindsay Valenzuela, like you said. So to me, it was that cohort of like the girls from down south that was really popular in that back in the day. And I think actually 2012, which was the first actual open announcement where Dave announced it, because 2011 it was just basically video standards. I think it was done in like Greg's garage or something with
by the way, right. By the way, we didn't right. I think maybe it was even in Tony's new house, but we didn't call them camps then. I don't think we used that term, but you had that Valley Girl camp, and then you also had the camp with Khalipa,
Maddox, Barber, Garrett Fisher.
Yep, and Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda. Yep.
And so you had these groups who were getting together and getting at it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had. I think the Valley Girls had a coach.
Dusty
but
Highland?
I don't.
No.
No. I remember the gym because it was like in Porn Alley. When I went and filmed there one time, there were all of these studios and there were all these porn people coming in and out of the studios. It was in a warehouse district. I want to say maybe like in Malibu or God, somewhere in Southern California. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, and Molly was kind of on the tier maybe outside that camp. Yeah. But yeah, she was definitely maybe Miranda's, protege.
Yeah, for sure. The first like actual like training was competitive training, was comp training, was Bergeron's, was I think Rob set it up here. Yeah, Outlaw Way. I followed that programming for a while.
Omaha, CrossFit Omaha. They had Stacy Tovar there, and What's the girl with the? God, I can't believe I can't remember her name.
Um,
Joe Westerland's wife. She was there, and then they had Casper Bauer was there. So they had
Talenonato, is that who it was you're thinking of?
no, not Talena. She introduced the booty shorts to CrossFit, the red booty shorts. Blonde girl, super attractive.
Abbott?
She's a cop now.
Emily, no, it wasn't Emily Abbott, was it? No, it was
She was by far the year she showed up at the games was the hottest girl by far. She was like just breathtaking. Little girl. Not Tovar. She trained with Tovar.
I can't remember.
She had look at Sean Mack knows. He's like, oh, Libby, yes. Sean Mack, Libby DiBiase, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't even think I do know who that is.
Yeah, Joe Westerland
Libby.
is married to her now. Yeah, she was crazy. Yeah, she's a cop now. She got hit by a drunk driver while giving someone a ticket, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, she survived. She's good.
So yeah, so
but my point was those were camps that weren't camps. We didn't use that term.
Right. Yeah, because even like Jason and them started the NC lab. And so that was like the original, like they would just post their workouts.
NC lab?
The NC lab, yeah. And they were just posting their workouts. The What is Rich thing was written up by Jason Kalipa. That was like on his wall in his garage in front of his squat rack, and like somebody took a picture of it, and that became the actual logo for What's Rich Doing programming, which is interesting.
To motivate Jason to know that, like, hey.
Yep. So he did that. He had that up there. But yeah, so that was then like 2014 to the 2016-ish. Like maybe you'd go to 2016 to 2018. Then it became like the highlighter era where everything can be more popular. Like everything was a little bit brighter. It was a little bit more like flamboyant. You know what I mean?
The Buttery Bros making all those, and Mariah and Ian Wittenberg making all of the Road to the Games, things like that.
Yeah, and I like it because the actual colors of the games were really like those highlighter colors, but it also was really like more like out there. Like it was more, it was bringing upon attention to itself from that. So, yeah, and then unfortunately we got the Dark Ages. So then you had like the 2018 to like 2022, you had like the gutting of the media team to the sell of CrossFit to the Eric Rosa era. So like, the Dark Ages.
And to the sort of the professionalization of the sport to its own detriment.
Yeah.
Like they slipped away from the community kind of.
Totally.
They weren't of us anymore. They were like, they were distinguished.
Yeah. And I mean, that seems to be a cycle even in microcycles with even in some of the athletes, right? Like they gain their popularity and their platform from the games. And then they are like, oh, I'm transcending this. I have a lot of, all this noise in my head about like, I need to do this or I need to do that instead to kind of branch out and be more mainstream. And then they do, and they kind of fall away and fall off. And so, yeah, I think we've seen a little bit of that with the, with the games in general. But it feels like, and I was saying this too, to kind of close the loop on this, it feels like as it's coming back around a little bit here, right?
Yeah.
Like feels like it's bringing it home. I think the only thing missing, and we'll make this show about this too much, I think the only thing missing is strong leadership out of HQ. I think some of the players are in the right places. I did the review show on CrossFit Media on Sunday when you were at the Jiu-Jitsu tournament. And I liked a lot of the stuff. Like I watched the stuff with Julian. I liked the stuff with Nathan, I'm done with being obese. Like, and then I talked a little bit about the commercials and how it's kind of missing the mark there. But I like what they're putting out. And I do believe that's coming from Jenna Hawka's team, her over there with Tyson Oldroyd kind of at the helm as far as that, him and Ian Wittenberg and a couple of the other people making the media out of there. And it seems like it's kind of
in the Instagram. There's been some shit that's come out of the Instagram that's crazy.
The CrossFit Games channel on YouTube, we've seen a lot of like repurposing some of the older stuff there in like a smaller segmented clip, so you don't have to watch all the old opens. I think that's important. Some people are saying, hey, it's lazy to kind of retitle it or re-put some stuff out there from the past. I don't think it's lazy.
No, I don't think it's lazy.
I think that's necessary. I think it's really cool because there's so many people that have come into CrossFit just within this last like 5 years that don't have any idea about any of those old matchups and what the open announcements used to look like and the energy and the excitement behind it. So I think it's cool that they're revamping some of the, not revamping, but repurposing, let's say, or bringing to the surface a couple of the old open announcements and stuff like that.
This blew my socks off.
I don't think
Have you
I've
seen this?
Yet. No. Excited.
Be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm.
I'm one of them ones. I don't mean the two, I mean the one. I can call God and get it done. We ain't never running out of nothing. Everything coming in a...
Ask me about my winner.
Fun, yeah. Right with bro if he right or wrong. Looking at my past, had to move along.
Gator don't play no shit.
Noodles on. Started out having nothing, put me in a zone. Lamborghini dreams, I'm with God. I can have it all. 6 a.m. ran by my pride. I can never fall. How you supposed to usher in the spirit? You don't have to call. I was barking up the tree of life so he can free my dog.
Salt and pepper shakers over Dallin Pepper.
Back.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I want it all back. Rack it up. I know bruh miserable, but he up. Success it come from God, yeah.
I just want to dance with the ballet.
Season on the defense, only defense. If we beefing, man, bro must be eating if we speak. A whole lot of talk, they don't even mean it. Told us we gon' see, but we never seen. Started off local, trying to go international. Yeah, I'm one of them ones.
Oh, that's cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're definitely getting a lot more creative.
Look at all the boys reposted. Hatfield, Mertens, Hopper, Pepper.
Yeah, that's cool.
My goodness. Hey, here's the thing, by the way, going back to the leadership thing, maybe I'm just an old fart or something. I was going to bring these up today. This is what I'm eating because I'm trying to take a break from tuna. But we'll talk about my kipper snaps in a minute. I need someone who's just like Greg, who's just like vomiting the vision and spitting bars on us nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Like that thing he said the other day on the show. It's a choreography of fitness is a choreography of movement, or programming is a choreography of movement. Like, I just need a cure for the world's most vexing problem. I don't know if we're ever gonna get that back. That's what I just needed some dude who's sitting on the throne, who's like above the noise and just repeating the methodology in as many different ways and phrases like as they can. Someone to describe your sweatshirt in 1,000 different ways. I need one new insane description every month. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I need mantras. I need slogans. I need just pumping out, even and then even recycling old ones. I don't give a shit, but I need. That's what I want. That's what I want. Like from the top, I want someone who's like, some people are like, well, they need to look the look. They don't need to look the look. They need to be fucking the Tupac of, or Lil Wayne of, they just need to drink cough syrup and spit fucking bars, CrossFit bars. That's what I want.
Yeah. I mean, it needs to be, like you said, somebody from the vision that understands it intimately, that knows what we possess, but also really understands the importance of the work of the trainers and the affiliate owner, and could communicate that effectively and very clearly. And
that's part of it. That's part of it.
You're so compellingly that it matches the same energy and excitement that we see from the tip of the spear side of like the games and the sports side of it. Right now, there is no visionary, there is no leadership or anything like that coming out of it. So it's being overshadowed by the sports stuff. And like this stage of it is like where those two meet for me. And so, I would love to see that same compelling vision and stuff. And that's why when I played that intro video at the end of it, it says, this message has been brought to you in part by the CrossFit affiliates. Like it needs that constant beat of the drum and reminding.
Sorry, you say, I don't think that you think that the sport right now is overshadowing the work of the affiliates?
100% in terms of media.
Okay. So Greg used to say things all the time. This is the professionalization of the trainer. We need lifeguards. We need swim coaches, not lifeguards. You're talking about like those types of things. The affiliate is the only one of a kind place where you can get the cure for the world's most vexing problem. You mean so in that same group of that I was talking about, someone spitting bars, also spitting bars about the affiliates and 100%. What value they bring and the trainers bring. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have the intersection of that right now with the open. So
Yeah.
like, what would have been cool is also to maybe including Julian or Nathan in this open announcement in some way. I don't mean we need to have them work out. Julian would probably freak out if we had to watch them work out publicly, but some sort of like intersection where it meets, right? Because the season starts inside the affiliates with the CrossFit Open. So like, let's connect those dots a little bit more. They did a great piece on Craig Howard's gym, which I'll review and talk about at some point as well too. But like, we need more of that to compete with the tip of the spear with the sports side of stuff.
Hey, I do want to say this. This is an interesting thing. And CF had no, not this. Does the media even reach anyone besides the people in the affiliate? So I want to tell you, when Greg was at the helm during the growth of CrossFit from 2000 to 2018, let's say, we were told as a media department on a regular basis that don't worry about anyone outside and don't worry about anyone in the affiliate. Only make content that you think adds that the affiliates want to see, the affiliate owners.
Mm-hmm.
And although that might not make sense to you, it was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same way with Tucker that I had on today. He's leaving training his clients, and even though he loves training his clients, he's now training his coaches. And that's really HQ's job, is to speak to the people who've taken the L1 and who own affiliates, and not with the outside's going to come in. They're going to come in. We don't need to sell CrossFit, I don't think, like we said with like M&Ms need to be sold. Now, does that mean that it wouldn't hurt to, like, that Reebok commercial actually, even though they never mentioned CrossFit, it showed a bunch of CrossFit shit back in the day, tire flipping and all that stuff. Yeah, I've heard a lot of affiliates say anecdotally that was very valuable to them. It's anecdotally. My mom corrected me many years ago. It's not anecdotally. It's There's a C in there. So just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to debate it with you, but just keep that in mind. The outside's not.
And here's the other thing.
Yeah, that's because they're not making content. They just haven't been making content. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's to your
right
point.
Man. You fucking hater.
Here's to your point.
I'm gonna put my umbrella up. The seagulls are here.
I think there's two things that are going on here. Number one is that when you have the compelling visionary and somebody that's really going out there and speaking the message, like, that is how you start to reach other audiences, right? Like, if we had a Greg type figure, and it doesn't need to be somebody that tries to mimic what Greg does, I think that'd be a mistake. It needs to be somebody that could speak as eloquently about what CrossFit affiliates do and what they possess, and then that individual could spread and distribute the message. Then all the media that takes place needs to continue to fire up the base and the affiliate owners, because they are the ones that are actually going to do your local distribution. They're all the local Fox Newses and everything else, right? Then you just have one international thing that's just going to speak to that base anyways, and kind of keep everybody informed and keep spreading the message of what we do. And then those individual affiliates become the local media and the local experts in their area, and it fires them up to stay in the fight. And that's the biggest thing too. Like, affiliate owners are fueled mostly by passion, definitely not coming after it in a monetary sense. So like, you need to be able to have them fired up the whole entire time, right? Like, you need to be able to keep them invigorated so they want to go out and talk about it. What was the biggest joke that was made about CrossFitters? That they don't shut up about CrossFit.
Shut up about it, yeah.
So that's the answer.
Jesus spoke to the apostles.
Exactly.
No, Sevi spoke to the crowds too, yeah. You can speak some to the crowds. The crowds can be brought in. Hey, if you're going to want to watch this in 20 minutes, you're going to head on over to the CrossFit Games YouTube channel. You're going to hit the live button, and then you're going to hit this one that's live right here.
Do you want to look at the clues real quick?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do it.
See how I got my tab, my green tab there,
nice.
So we know what things are on.
Beautiful.
So I have them here. I'm going to try to pull it up. I didn't switch over to my other internet, but nobody's in the building right now.
Oh, look, so speaking of clues.
Immediately. Oh, there we go.
Speaking of clues, can we do Cool Boy for a second?
Yeah, we can. Can you hear us?
Cool Boy, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I might have to go somewhere that's a little quieter though. I'm right next to the speaker.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, what's going on there? Well, are they
Well, right
live?
now we're just chilling. I'm like right by the speaker, so I'll move in a second.
You're good.
But we
And then
got the bill.
rotate
Or you
that
guys can
phone,
hear me
baby.
fine?
Yes, we
Rotate
hear
that.
you great.
Rotate that phone.
Cool. Oh, here's
And now we have both. Thank you.
What's up, girl? Can you rotate your phone, Pool
Hey, let
Boy?
me move somewhere quieter because I can barely hear you.
So Pool Boy is
Okay, so
in San Jose, California at Moffett Field. Where are you exactly? Are you on a military base?
look at this. Look at this venue.
So sick.
Nice. Hey, it'd be even sicker, dude, if you rotated your phone. Come on, Mr. Kill Taylor. You should know this by now. There it is. There we go.
Hey, my bad, dude. My bad. Rookie move. Rookie move.
Come on, bro.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys have been seeing some of my videos I've been sending Jenny and the group, but spoke with Mr. Bosman earlier, and he said it's going to be something that's going to be very challenging for the community, and it's going to be something that's typically not thought of as a first open workout.
What do you think?
So-
Does that mean double unders and handstand push-ups, or what are you thinking?
No, there's no. I mean, not to say that they couldn't just put a screen up very quick on that rig, but the floor space is very small, so no barbell. I'd be very shocked if we saw a barbell. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I'm gonna say we're gonna see a devil's press. I feel it. I think I have a feeling we're gonna see a devil's press.
Really? I thought Dave hated those.
Hey, tell me about
Yeah, because it's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask. So, how many people are there, and who is there? Is it all made of HQ people? Or is there a lot of people from the community there too?
dude. So it's really cool. I want to say
It was something as like, I wanted a certain look.
90% of the people here are affiliate owners. Craig, Howard, and Diablo are rolling in fucking deep. There's like
Nice.
30 of them here. It's their 20th anniversary, so they're celebrating this hard. But the majority of everyone here are affiliate owners, besides myself. I mean, you can see the crowd, right? This is just one stands, and then
I see a lot of military guys.
yeah, they intermingled. They intermingled some of the military in with the group, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Where are the athletes hiding out, Pool Boy? Like right now, can you point the camera and hold it steady and tell us where are they hiding?
Can you guys see the black tarp? The black tarp behind the rig?
Yes.
Here, maybe I can sneak over there. I'm gonna try sneaking over there.
Okay. Hey, it looks absolutely insane. Is that an operational helicopter that's sitting there, or is that a prop? Or
Yeah. So actually, I heard that rumor on the street is Dave Castro is going to take off on that helicopter, and he's going to propel down onto the floor for the announcement. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
He's gonna do a rapid rope descent.
For everyone watching, if you want to see hands down top 3 most good-looking affiliate owners on earth,
please, yes, I always like that. Wow. Wow.
Jeez. Who's that, Lee?
Savon. Dude, he's got a smile. He's got $1 million smile. But yeah, this is where the can't really see anything in there. But
Went on a
I
motorcycle.
tried to.
Hey, did you get to? Have you seen the
Yeah,
athletes?
there you go.
Boy, how's their vibe? Are they wound up pretty tight?
Are you guys there? Did I get kicked out?
No,
you're
still
there.
here. Hey, have you seen the athletes yet? Are they wound up pretty tight? I could imagine they're getting pretty fired up.
Motivation, because you can't be this scared. You can't do that. You can't
May have lost our correspondent.
this persona and
Live
not
from
back
Moffett
it up
Field,
against
San Jose,
this. So
Pool
that
Boy.
was also another driver.
Hashtag he's out. Oh, and we lost him. Okay.
All right.
We'll get him back here shortly. And in the meantime, we could play these. Have you seen both of these yet?
I saw that one. I thought cultural appropriation on that one with the burning temple.
So this is the bullseye here. I don't think there's any sound to it, but that's weird.
Okay. Can't someone just put that in Chat GPT and
Yeah, I had somebody who did, and we'll read that in the predictive value one here. But so that's that one, and then this one is the second one.
Dropping stones.
So here's the only theme that I see between the two of them is that it starts in the center and it moves its way outward. So like in the pyramid, it seems like it's blowing up from the center of the pyramid, and in the buffalo one, it moves from the eye outward.
Okay.
So I don't even know what that means. We might have Pool Boy back here. Let's check back in with Pool Boy. Yo, you got us?
Yeah, sorry, my alarm went off, so I got kicked out of the thing. Is my service not good?
No, it's good.
It's way better now.
Is that John Jones sitting behind?
Maybe I was. Yeah, John Jones is right behind me.
That's crazy.
It's not the first thing with that.
It's like Superman. I was like,
Yeah.
Have you seen the athletes, Pool Boy? Have you seen them? Are they wound up pretty
No.
tight? I'm guessing Colton.
I haven't seen anyone, but I did meet Matt and Matt Torres and L.
Okay. Are they going to go two? Looking at the floor, will they go two at a time, or will all four go?
I think all four.
I hope all four. That'd be kind of lame if it was two at a time. I hope all four go out there. But you're right. It is really small. Like I can't express how small the floor looks.
Shuttle runs? Are shuttle runs a possibility?
No, shuttle run's not possible. No.
okay.
Really?
As a game
Okay.
bases intrude.
All right, brother. Hey, thank you very much.
Of course.
We will try to get you back on after they're done. We'll send you another link when we go up and right before Taylor does his. We'll try to get you on and see if we can talk to anyone down there with you.
Yeah, cool. I'll try to stick around here as long as I can. They are shuttling the buses like as soon as it's over, but hopefully I'll try to stick around.
Was security difficult? How'd you get in? Did you get in because you're late?
Dude, actually, yeah, security was difficult. So my name. So there's a list of names of everyone that's supposed to come in. My name wasn't on the list, so they did have to pull me off, and they really had to look at my passport ID. They pulled me into the security building, and from there, dude, yeah, I had to fucking take my pants off, and they strip searched me.
They asked if you were a Chinese national.
They did. They thought I was a Chinese spy. Actually, they did. They did.
And he enjoyed every second of it.
I did actually. I did. Yeah. I did.
All right, brother. Love you, Julia. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Cool boy. Live correspondent on the floor. All right.
That's cool.
Okay, back to the prediction. So from in to out.
From in to out was what I was thinking. Just because of that, somebody said it in the comments too. Just because of the like, if you look at this, it starts kind of from the in, and it goes out. Now, I don't know because the clip restarts. If like the clip replaying and kind of moving that way makes sense. Somebody said ascending, descending. This one here is it's playing halfway through, but it blows up and then goes from the center. So, oh dang! Look at my comments. Got 184 likes. Wow. Popular. So
I'm clueless. I think that there's going to be deadlifts. Hey, what do you think about his assessment that he doesn't think there's going to be barbells because he doesn't see any? I don't think that means shit. They'll bring them out, right? They can bring anything out.
I don't think it means anything either, because they could bring anything out. They could switch with the floor. I think they do that on purpose. We know the athletes don't know what it is, so they're obviously like looking at the whole thing and analyzing it as well. I did come up with this from AI, so we'll move to our predictive value here. So,
I'll be real quick. Our numbers skyrocketed because their live stream just went down.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, we've been holding above 500 this whole time.
Yeah, but I went over there and look at this.
Because people wanted my response. Oh no! You know what? I just feel like awful when I see that, because I know exactly what that feeling is like. Like I know exactly what that feeling is like, and it sucks, man.
It does suck. I feel bad for them too. They'll get it fixed. They have 10 minutes.
Yeah, man. They do. They got some time. They got 10 minutes. They'll get it squared away.
We've been there. We have 10 minutes.
If not, they're just gonna have to adjust. You know what I mean? Just gonna have to figure it out and adjust.
We can use Pool Boy.
That's I was thinking that when I saw the text message that we got that said it was down. So have Pool Boy on standby because we might end up streaming this open announcement. Oh. So while Savon's texting Pool Boy here, what I did is I took every single open workout. I had AI run this. So I took every single open workout, and then I asked it based off the predictive value of like the numbers that were used in, or the movements that were used in the open workouts. Like, can you give us some sort of predictive value on the movements that we will see in 26.1 based off of what has happened in the past? Can you guess the number one movement that we will see in the percentage chance?
Pull-ups.
Oh, in the first workout. We're only talking about the first workout, not overall in the open.
Burpees.
Just on day one. Okay, burpees is a good guess, but it's actually.
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay.
Do I do this movement?
Yes.
Well, that narrows us down to 3.
Assault bike.
Okay. I do a lot of squatting. I do a lot of lunging. I do some jump roping. Jump rope?
It's dumbbell snatch.
Oh, I do a shitload of dumbbell snatch. Damn.
Dumbbell snatch at 85%. And now you could also just take snatch in general too, because we've seen the snatch show up in almost every first open workout. Yeah, Taylor's got it. So dumbbell snatch, but also snatch in general has the highest percentage chance, because in 2011 we saw it. In 2012 we saw burpees. Then in 2013 we saw the marriage of the two. 2014 we saw a repeat of 2011, which was also had snatches in it, the first workout. Then we had the dumbbell snatch that was introduced. We had the hang that was like a similar movement but different. So yeah, 85% probability that we see the dumbbell snatch show up in this first workout. Now,
Andrew and Taylor shitting on each other for Hey, just really quick. Do you remember that one year that there was a dumbbell in the open and there was a shortage of dumbbells? That's how far we've come, and everyone was scrambling. I remember I went to like 5 different sporting goods stores to get the dumbbell.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
We've come so far. Okay, go on. Sorry. Okay.
So the next movement, you already guessed it, at an 80% chance of probability, is the burpee.
Okay, so snatch and burpee.
Yes.
I would be very happy with the snatch burpee combo.
So in the snatch burpee combo is,
and the winner is Colton Mertens.
is very very likely. It is very likely. And then
have they been comboed before as a combo?
Burpee and snatches?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw it in 2013.
So it's not just that they're high percentage chance in the first workout. They've also high percentage chance to be comboed.
Yeah. So that's why you have those two up both of them at 80% or above. And then there's a pretty significant drop off from the 80 percentile down, which is to the double unders at 65% is the third movement. We've seen it come in on the first week here in 2011, 2014, and 2021. So it's also an early kind of skill, if you will, movement, right? Because the double unders have to be, it's a higher skill. Yeah. And that's exactly what I was thinking too, Taylor. Taylor says on here, devil press never been on main site. And we've seen Dave talk very poorly of a devil press movement. And if you're going to do devil presses, you might as well, I mean, you're doing a burpee and a snatch at the same time, right? Like, so yeah.
What about something like this? What about some sort of buy-in that's like difficult, some sort of burpee, snatch, ascending reps, ladder type thing, and then anyone who finishes that, it's max double unders at the end for the score.
You mean so it's burpee snatch to a certain amount of time, then as many dubs as you could do in remaining time?
Yeah, like basically most people won't make it, like jackasses like me won't make it to the double under.
It's hard because you have to think about the tip of the spear, and because you just do, they're going to get the furthest on the workout and everything else.
Right.
So like how many double unders would they accumulate? How many do you want them to accumulate? How messy would the scoring get at that point when it would also be really tight? So there's a couple other logistical factors that you have to consider. If they were going to do gate
standby. Emergency check-in. Yes, sir.
Or live on Instagram.
I was just hanging in the back in case the stream was down. You guys can kick me off.
Perfect. Okay. No, we want you in case that stream's down because you might stream this whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, we're 4 minutes away.
I'm ready whenever if that does happen.
The
Okay.
live stream.
Okay, we're gonna keep you here and just mute you, pool boy.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So then underneath the double unders, again, we're just talking about week 1 is at a 50% chance of showing up is a wall walk. Okay. So we have the wall walk potentially showing up in the first one. And then the lowest amount that we could see is a rower at 40% row for calories.
Oh, I don't think they'll do row first workout.
Collectively, well, they have in the past before. See, Jimmy. They have in the past before.
Please, Souza, we're professionals.
That was a Livermore's finest right there. That was Livermore Police Department. My good buddy. He's actually a ranked detective in the space too. Whenever he comes in to say hi or use the restroom, he always gets a hello.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Hey, let me just ask you this really quick. I'm on the CrossFit Games Instagram. I'm guessing that's where they would pivot to.
I know. Look how many viewers we got.
I don't see. How would I know if they're live on Instagram?
You got to go to their Instagram, and then it should say that it's live on there.
Okay. Hey, you guys, let me know if they go live on their IG because I'm on their Instagram and I don't see that they're live. Okay, go ahead, Souza. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt. I want to make sure we can stream this if they drop the ball on this.
Yeah. Pool boy, get up in the action. Hey, if that happens, just go ahead and help yourself onto the floor, pool boy. Just
yeah.
Someone give him a set of headphones so we could give him some direction too. So yeah, we have so those are the movements we're looking at here. And the barbell snatch and the dumbbell snatch. So if we just say snatch in general, I would say that's like there's a really high probability of that showing up. And so those are the movements we're looking at here. I think that we might see Dave. He's such a traditionalist, and with the 20th year here, I don't know if he's going to pull anything crazy, like and completely flip the script on us and start with something much more difficult or something like that.
All right, there was a guess in here. 10-minute AMRAP 36912 dumbbell clean and jerk burpee over dumbbells. What do you think? The burpee over the dumbbells has always been a weird one to judge, right? Because he starts getting really like.
It does,
Did he really go over the dumbbell? But they did it that one year because I remember I did it on the beach. They weren't afraid of it.
Yeah, they're definitely. It's still easy to judge because you just got to get down on the other side of the dumbbell, and they probably won't be too finicky about the feet moving directly over it or not. It is still a little messy with some judging. So, is the stream back up, or are they just playing a commercial?
They're playing a commercial. We will all know in real time here in about 30 seconds. If they can stream from the event.
Yeah. I'm curious.
I think he starts with thrusts burpee this year.
A thruster burpee. It's a good possibility. He says he wanted it to be accessible though. So I'm thinking that, that means that you could kind of do it from anywhere with relatively minimal equipment. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know.
I am concerned because even the pre-recorded stuff is coming in at a really low resolution. Something is
something's up.
Something's amiss here.
And are you live on your YouTube, Sevon? You're not behind, are you?
No, I think that's live. Let me refresh the page. Yeah, that's live.
Okay. So
now it's clean. Now it's clean. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's see. We'll stay on. Yeah, we'll stay on for a few more minutes. Oh, they are live. All right, we're gonna give this a watch, people.
All right.
Pool boy, thank you, everyone. We will talk to you soon. Enjoy the open. We'll see you guys in 35 minutes. Bye bye.